Hello and welcome to a KP train spotting video, and today we're at Leeming Bar. Leeming Bar on the Wensleydale Railway, and we're just seeing another sort of, I think shunter I'm trying to say, and moving the way there, as we just arrived. And yeah, it's going to be quite a lot of things to see here, and including I'll be filming the ride as well. That will be included in this video as well at some point. And yeah, so first we're going to go through slightly what's going to go on here, what we got here. We've got some coaches here, and if I zoom out, and I think there might be marked ones. Yeah, I think there would be marked ones. Come on, get it right. And yes, and we've got a class 37 at the end there. But also we got here. You probably recognise the livery on this coach here. That coach is, of course, by the livery. It's Linear, something Mark III, and yes, and yes, and before that. It's probably just been the city, probably would say, or all the other companies operate before that. And yeah, but Mark III's all over the place. They were also on Greater Anglia as well. They were, and yes, and we're going to go across here and just get around here. We've got a nice EWS livery of a class 37. You do see 37s on the main line still around anyway, on the lines anyway, you do, but this one's particularly here, 37-250, and class 37, which is very nice, and of course, and then we've got I think a sort of bubble car behind it, and so yes, so we've got that one as well at the end there situation. I will come back to this station, do a bit more as we go along, and just get the I don't have any numbers here, but hey, but anyway, it's yeah, it looks a bubble car to me, yes, and so yeah, well, I'm going to come back to this station anyway, so regardless anyway, so it's the main thing. So I'm going to go down the line, see what's around. There's quite a lot of coaches and carriages and trains and whatever go on here, and yeah, so we're going to carry on and see what's here. So don't know what to expect, but it's going to be something. So yeah, so let's crack on and see what's around here and other stations. And if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, any comments, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Let's go. Now we've got some more coaches here, and look, that they're in the old British Rail livery, before the black, whatever, swallowed, before that one. So we've got some here. We've got something interesting here. We've got a ex-livery, Regional Wales livery, which is the Pacer 143623. I think I said that right. Yes, I did. I did say it right. And we've got some Pacers there, and I think over there, I think we've got another Mark III, I think, and or some, looks like an old East Midlands Railway one, I reckon, and that do look like it is an East Midlands. I'm totally not sure, but hey ho, but that is 143623 on the Pacer. So so yeah, so yeah, we've got some movement at the end. Don't know what that. It's probably the train we're going to be pulling here, I gather it will be. And but yeah, a bit of a shame, but this it's just this Pacer do need a bit of work on it, I have to say. At this at Leeming Bar, I do think it does. But hey, and yes, it's in the city, some coaches there, so we'll see what go up and down here. But yeah, it's going to be quite a nice day, and yeah. Now we get a train coming in here now. I think this might be a 47, I think it might be. I don't think it is. It's 47,714. There you go, they put it together, and we're going to get on that 40 carriage of that 47. So, yeah, it's a nice little diesel, and it'd be nice, a bit different to be a bit diesel. I do like a bit diesel as well. I like a bit of everything. So, yeah. That's when they were doing the testing. Now that train's moved, and we've got the end of that carry, what I thought about a little bit earlier. And then we've got a shunter, which is 03144, which is there. And we've got an old wagon there, and now you can actually see properly the front of the 37 350 there, so you can get a front through of that as well, on the end view of that. So yeah, we are a bit delayed get on this train, but that's good because I've got some issues with the first locomotive, some braking issues, and they've replaced that Chuck 47. Don't have any fuel, that I have now, and it's just doing testings and stuff. So yeah. Now we move it. That's all the train we would have got on, which has been replaced by this one. Unfortunately, you can't open the window, so it's been screwed on. No, 37, 40, 47, 7, 85. Places. We're going to move to the other side. Now being down. We get more when we get moving again, and I'll get some better footage on the at the weather when we go back there. Now we're moving again. Paces. I've got a lot of paces here. Now we're moving again.
Lovely, thank you. Okay, that's great, thank you very much. Lovely jubbly, thank you very much. Okay, that's great, thank you.
Pick them up. Leyburn station. And there you go. Stop briefly, but we carry on going. There, we stop now. Now they touch the train off the carriages now. Face that train will come back over the side. Now the train can come back over here on the other piece of track. Must get the front moving as well. Now it's moving on more further on. Then it will do the points again, and then it will come back and roll to this side of the platform. And I was surprised and they're doing that. Haven't changed the lights. I know this is only the H's line, but I thought they would. Brilliant. And here it comes back. Get back. I'm not going to get in and do that video on TikTok or whatever. I'm not going to do that. That is the front load of the train with the code. We'll get it going in a few minutes, or a few seconds for you. Ready to go now? This train's back to Leeming Bar. See the diesel clack. And there you are. I said I won't film all the journey on the way back, so it's quite long as it is. I'll just film bits, shall we say. And that's the plan I'll do. I said, of course, I think this, and I'll go film quite a bit of Leeming Bar to show you anyway. I think these stations as done are not going to be so much. So yes, this is Leyburn. This one is, and yes, we'll don't think there'll be much here, but we'll see. Now we're getting the train back here at Leyburn. I think we've got a different train this time. So this is not the 47. I think it's the train which they were meant to have it on. And this time it is going to be 33035. There you go. Now this train's now moving. Now it's coming back. Now it's train's moving. They'll change the points there.
Right. Just going to go and tell the driver that he's all right to back onto the train.
Pull it down to 20 past.
20 past, all being well, as long as we get all this done quickly.
Leeming Bar. Leeming, not Leyburn, Leyburn, rather. As you see over there. There you go. I'm not going for the whole journey going back. It's just this side's not really while we're related, really.
That's not previously declared, please.
right where our platform would be in the station. We do connect to it, but we connect that way, the station's there. So you have to go in, back round and reverse. Go round. We do get some trains on the promenade on occasion. But some real sort of on the way up.
Because that must help you provide income for the group. Like you've got to charge a regular drive to use the line or
This line is actually linked for 99 years. Network rail. Yeah, well, but they're responsible for so much, and we're responsible for so much.
okay.
We review the track. When it's just used for the ore trains, to maintain it, we used to use the old plate layers who were getting to retiring age. And they used a lot of, so yeah, now you know where the movement gets. Mr. Riley, he also has spare locals, yes, he can have his law. And with the soap, here's the price, go for it. We had a guy who paid a lot of money for these horrible things, well, this Mark 1, the Mark 2 coaches, that are stored here, looking terrible. He bought the Mark 2s, a full rate, just before the Pendolinos came out on the west coast. And when they came out, they were giving the coaches away, but we bought them before that. Just about 12 months difference. If we waited, held off 12 months, we're invited for next time. These paces that we've got, some are ours, and some because he's ended up in Newcastle, wanted them off their site, put the new rolling stock in. We're storing so many sets for other people that when they found out when they can afford it, move them and put them onto another heritage railway. And they are so much cheaper to run. But there's no bogies, there are only 4 wheels, yeah? Just like a cattle truck. So it bounces along, rattles and bangs. But I think one day running them, there's a privilege to running one of the big diesels for a month. No, not for a month. It's good we're running one of these diesels for a day.
Yeah, I've got a bit more footage there. Got the pacer system to see inside the windows, but we're not going quick, so at least that's a good chance there.
Then he's done the cover really ideal.
Yeah, we have an shed repair work we've built up in the last few years where we're taking our rolling stock one at a time and two at a time and doing them up.
Of course, you can't quite see on the picture.
One thing is, it's volunteers and a couple of full-time staff. I've got to get this eaten before we get into Leeming Bar.
They're down now.
Good blackberry picking.
We'll get more when the train starts moving.
I used to work that. The way the next station's come on is absolutely brilliant. From when we
Now we're again.
2002. Going in 2002 to Walker, 4th of July 2003. I was only a young whippersnapper there, dark hair. I don't know if I even had glasses.
Was it restored to its original
There you can see the train now.
Not in the very earliest of days.
Right.
We have another station at Scruton, the next station down. We're not running today. We have an actors there. But it goes back to the 1860s.
Go through the small villages like Exelby, Burston, Carthorpe, Kirkleton.
The only problem with going back to Reserve Railway is probably that there'll come a time that you won't be allowed to rail on steam engines because of
things like either fire and for pollution. I'm surprised actually they haven't done it yet. Millibags.
So it's not too late to go to school.
Yeah, you can follow all that. I mean, that looks like a lot of reserve railways. It's like people come full of steam rather than.
Yeah. We're surprised that we can run diesels. Why aren't you steam? We have the steam servicing facilities. We don't have the staff, the skilled staff.
Yeah. Do you use this? Is this used sometimes by the public just to get from Leeming
So as I said on the mic, we opened this community railway, but we went from Leyburn to Leeming Bar, which is in the middle of nowhere. You'd have to push your bus there, then it's 3 or 4 miles into Metropolitan.
Yeah, so when Northampton they were probably paying to, you could probably run a service.
But the range of commuters, you know, is a forlorn hope.
Well, it'd be nice if it was tourists and local users. You've got a guaranteed income then.
Yeah, when we first opened we opened there is something like every airport the first year we opened, quite a few locals were looking down. Because we ran every day. We used to have 4 trips a day. Ludicrous. The budget wouldn't include it. All they wanted to do was train time. When all those big tickets were used, now we get Cheryl, we get half if we're part of the trust, we get half price tickets. Bloody hell. And I remember, because you come down, I've got 1,000 people, not only doing this job, but other things. When they use all their tickets up, they start coming.
I suppose there are certain times you come on at all, like January, February.
We don't run. We finish the knocks off in October, but we don't come back up till after December.
Would you use that time to maintenance?
We don't want snow to when we renew the truck. It gets cold.
Yeah, I bet. Did you get a lot of snow?
Not as much as we did 20 years ago.
So we've got the motorway now.
We've got to come to a bridge now under the new A1M.
Okay.
I used to maintain that section down the station on the morning,
Right.
get here early, run back down when I finish walking the length, checking it, get changed out the overalls, into work. What would I like on a holiday? How much can I crush in on my holiday?
Living again.
On holiday? Yeah, I'll try and do that. There's a couple of things tomorrow which not one is extra.
When would you actually, I suppose you'll never give up, will you? Fully. You'll always do something. But
Keep going. I've got 56 weeks and I'm 80. Yeah. And I retired from this job 3 years ago. I said, can you do this, can you do that?
you've got to enjoy what you're doing and time for yourself as well.
You have to, yeah. But this was always summer work, so my model railway out in the garden never got built.
Because what I've always wanted to have a model railway in the garden.
Yeah, always. I've got the walls built, I've got the track. Excuse me.
Yeah, you carry on.
090 42. We've got 018. We've got 087 or 42. And there you go. Well, will be soon. Now we're moving again. It's 47,785. that would be no one there. That was empty.
Maybe you have that one very short guy, your lesson, you're the teacher, and you see him just sitting, standing behind the seat.
Now we're right at Leeming Bar now. And there you go. Now we're on a linear, or ex-linear, Mark III, which is part of a first class. Never got the chance to go on these really. I've been on the Mark III, of course, on Greater Anglia, which is the first class I've been on. The Mark III on Standard Charge, and the Mark III, but not linear. First class, shall we say. This has obviously been refurbished at that time. It looks like a in City's 225 set really, by the interior actually. It's quite very similar, which them ones still going up and down. I don't know for how long, but not for too long. I don't think there will be. The Buffy car's there, and yes, this is a linear, ex-linear, which I think it's 180. I think they are called. Well, 185, I think it might be. I can't remember off the top of my head. But they're Mark III anyway, regardless on the coach's point of view. So, yeah, it's nice to see a linear. So, yeah. And next linear one, so, yeah. Of course, fortunately, not a Greater Anglia one. But hey ho for my area, but hey ho. So yeah, so it's quite good to see a linear one. And actually I don't think it's a linear. I think it might be East Midlands Railway one actually. I might have got the one wrong. Well, actually, it might be before EMR because the out colours. No, I got that wrong. That's linear. Then it came East Midlands Railway. That's what it was. I remember it now, because the East Midlands, let's talk about the history, shall we, just before we get on. Let's tie these things up and get the history right. These were ex-linear ones originally, then got transferred to East Midlands Railway, while the linear got the Zoomers, which is the 800s and 801s, and when they got them, and these went over to East Midlands Railway, sort of like 2019, 2020, so round about that time, 2018, went to East Midlands Railway. That's what it was, towards when they are withdrawn. That's what it was. So yeah, so I found this is next linear originally, but then went East Midlands Railway, there you go, afterwards. That's what it is. So there you go. So I thought better to clear this up. And got the East Midlands Railway map, which it became. This train would have been going from London to Frankfurt International, right up towards, would you say, Nottingham and Sheffield. It would have done. Because they replaced their HSTs, because their HST was a bit appalling state, shall we say, it wasn't the greatest, so they went and got these from linear. There you go. We better just look at this, the door, Sandal trains, which they were, so yeah, so I sort of do miss them. I keep saying them, I do actually sort of miss them, because not on this side of Paris, but of course Wales and Greater Anglia ones, I do actually miss them. I don't know why, but I do. So yeah, so there you go. And here's the outside. Of course, what I said originally, they're only LNER livery, of course, which I think I remember they did do that. I remember rightly. so that's what it was. And then we've got looked like a Mark 1, yeah, certainly not Mark 2, Mark 1 old coach here. They've been transferred to a cafe dining area, so yes, that's what they are. So yeah, to get to know what actually they are. So yeah. Now, right near the platform, as you can see, there is some carriages there, which you briefly saw earlier on the train, and there you go, with their light to keep them bare, and we got a bit stuff there and stuff like that. There you go. So yeah, that's what I'm going to bring towards your attention, and some things going on there. And we got the in the carriage here, which there are, I don't know, Mark 1, Mark 2s, I do not know. I think there might be Mark 2s, there might be, but I think it might be Mark 1s, so yeah. So yes, we're going to get this train going, and then we're going to see what's the museum bit. I think it's quite small anyway, so, and then that'll be it. There's the plane that, if you're interested in your planes, I know what it is. I've got flight radar on me at the moment. It looks like one of the sort of military stuff, I reckon. Now the train's getting ready to leave now. Near at Leeming Bar, and we've got a 33 now, again leaving again. So 33035. There was another coach here right at the end, by where the level crossing is, which is the line do go up further to Leyburn, but I said they run that on like special occasions, like special days, like, you know, like bank holiday Mondays and that kind of stuff. So line do go, and then the line do go further up to Northallerton, which is part where of the East Coast Main Line, so they can connect trains on there as well. So yes, here we've got a commuter hub, which is what it say, carriage, and here what I was saying earlier, at the beginning of the video, the bubble car, if you stayed on, there's W 55032, and there you go, them ones. So yeah, and that's what they are. So yeah, so yeah, and that is part of the station. Next one we'll be looking through into a small museum in there, and that's what we're going to do. Also, just before we go into the museum bit, there's another locomotive here, which is awfully D9523, between these two trains, and not going to get a much good shot of it, but at least we're going to get something from out of it. And yes, so that one is what it is. So yeah, so yeah, and that's what it is. And talk about the class 37s. This one's got that sort of front light facing, but they don't all have it. I think there's so many strokes. I think the lower numbers generally do. The older ones, of course, do, but many more the newer ones don't. I think there's straight 9s and straight 8s. I think they might have been, but they do have a different front face cover. Front face, that one. Them ones do. So yeah, but them ones are newer ones. They're still old, but newer than these ones. So yeah. Now we're into one of the rooms here at Leeming Bar, and yeah. Can't bear. It's awfully look like an old-fashioned house, look like it. So yeah. I used to live with the station master, how they used to live. It's really good actually. Now we're into the old waiting room, and so yeah. And we'll walk through here. Got the quarrying ticket. Mate done it very well. And you can actually go there and actually you can actually buy tickets for day services, so actually it's really good. me go through to where's Parcels office. And yes, so I might have to call it that, and yeah, it looks really, really good. So yeah. Now I've got to be quick because the battery is going on this. Well, we've got some tracks to lay down, look like some sleepers. Over here we actually got a coach which they're working on, and also now sort of like pull-up train thing, sort of shunter there, and yes, and here's going to be a quick one. I understand my battery is going, and then I've got another sort of situation, the work situation like that. So yes, that's another thing in the sort of side areas to talk about as well. Now this is the last sort of bit on Leeming Bar at Wensleydale Railway. Hope you like my videos, hope you like filming it. If you like my videos, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and in the comments I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Yeah, it's been a great time here, fantastic. Saw mostly what you can see, mainly everything, and yeah, so it's a good sort of situation to see. And this is the station house, by the way. I've read something to do. The station rooms and the room we looked at were based in the era of the 1920s, so it's another thing just to add on as well. So yeah, here at Wensleydale Railway, I've got to say goodbye for me, and goodbye, and goodbye, goodbye.